Hello, welcome to Math Just Got Easier for You. Today's topic is multiplying matrices. In order for you to multiply matrices, you have to first make sure that the column's dimension of the first set is the same as the row's dimension of the second set. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Whenever we are measuring the dimensions of matrices, we measure it by counting the number of rows, and in this case, it is 2, by the number of columns, and in this case, is 3. So the dimensions of the rows are 2, dimensions of the columns are 3. So we're going to look at 3 as our columns dimensions of the first set. So let's look at the second set. Let's count how many rows we have, which are 3, by how many columns we have, which is 2. So in the second set, we need to take note of the rows dimension, which in this case is 3. So since both of these are the same, then we can multiply these matrices. So let's get started. Now, whenever we're multiplying matrices, we have to pay careful attention because what we're doing is we're taking our first row and we're going to be multiplying it times the first column in the second set. Not only are we going to be multiplying the numbers, but we're going to be adding them as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to take 1 times 10. So I have 1 times 10. And I'm going to add that to negative 6 times 3. Negative 6 times 3. And I will add that to 2 times 9. 2 times 9. Now we're going to take that same row, and this time we're going to multiply it times the second column of the next set. So I'm going to multiply 1 times negative 1, and that's going to put it right over here. 1 times negative 1. I'm going to add that to negative 6 times 5. Negative 6 times 5 plus 2 times 0. So that's 2 times 0. Now let's go to the second row. Now the second row, I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did to my first row. I'm going to take this row and I'm going to multiply it times my first column here. And once I finish, I'll do the exact same thing to the next one. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have 5 times 10. And I'm going to add it to 8 times 3. And I'll add that to 4 times 9. Now let's do the last one. So we're going to do the same thing with that second row and that last column of the second set. So upon doing that, we're going to take it and multiply it as well as do our addition. So getting started with that, we'll do 5 times -1 plus 8 times 5 plus 4 times 0. Now that we have all of these written out, let's go ahead and solve it and put it into our final answer. So let's start here. We have 1 times 10, which is 10. We're going to add that to -6 times 3, which is -18. And we're going to add that to 2 times 9, which is +18. So we have 10 plus -18, which gives us -8. And we're going to add that to 10. And so we have 10 plus -8, which is -8 plus 18 gives us 10. So I'm going to place it over here in our final answer. So let's do the second one. We have 1 times -1, which is -1, plus -6 times 5 is -30, plus 2 times 0 gives us 0. So -1 plus -30 gives us -31. -31 plus 0 is -31. Let's go to our third number. Excuse me. All right. So with our third number, we have 5 times 10, which is 50, plus 8 times 3, which gives us 24, plus 4 times 9 gives us 36. So we're going to take 50 plus 24, and that's going to give us 74. And 74 plus 36 is going to give us 110. So we will put that as our answer. Now the very last number, we have 5 times -1, which gives us -5, plus 8 times 5 gives us 40, and then 4 times 0 leaves us with 0. -5 plus 40 is 35, and 35 plus 0 is 35. So there you have it, our final answer when multiplying these two matrices. So I've just showed you how to multiply matrices. Make sure that the columns dimension of the first set is the same as the rows dimension of the second set. Please subscribe below in order to make sure that you are made aware of our next lesson. Thank you.